Hi Sarita, nice to meet you today.
Hi, Pranav. Same
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So you teach behavior in your college, OP Jindal University, Sonipat, and you have understood multiple behavior based on the age and based on multiple parameters and other things, and how they connect themselves with the money, aspiration, and some of those things. Would you like to talk some of those things? Like to talk about some of those things today?
Sure. So when we study consumers, when we study consumer behavior in the marketplace, it has been an ever evolving thing. Societies have evolved over the period of time, and so has the consumer because it's a part of society, right? So when we talk about amalgamation of consumer and wealth, it's like what patterns do we notice in this evolution journey of a consumer? So a generation before us was more about accumulation of wealth, more about securing the future for them and for their loved ones. But interestingly, in this generation today, it is more about what can we learn from the world around us. So they want to earn as much as the previous generation was willing or aspiring to earn, but the pattern of expense has changed. So it is less about accumulation and more about what life has to offer in terms of experiences. So they want to earn more and spend more.
Okay.
So in terms of wealth, it's like earlier, if there were four buckets, okay, activity one, two, three, four. Now they have a fifth bucket, which is for getting experiences.
Okay. Okay. So do you think that how they create these buckets is totally based on where they spend their maximum time?
Uh, Sure, because see, this generation has an exposure to maximum social media platforms, where there is high engagement. So let's say if I am a consumer sitting here in north part of India, I can see people how they are spending their entire day somewhere sitting in the Western world, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I see a feed in my Instagram where a person is jumping from the cliff. So
Yeah.
I'm influenced by that experience. So I also want to have the similar experience. How does it feel to jump off from a riff or a
Yeah.
cliff, right?
Mhm.
So because I have wider horizon of what's happening around the globe,
Mhm.
it also helps me to have an angle to where should I spend my money as well.
Okay.
So maybe because the exposure is vast compared to earlier generations.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So one of the thing which is coming into my mind at this moment is people spend money broadly on two things. One is like when they are like experience some of the experience, whether you are experiencing something like really really good in Switzerland, or traveling abroad, or doing some bungee jumping, or like anything else. And another thing is like you're buying some of this stuff, buying some of the things like Rolex watches, Cartier, Louis Vuitton bags, Birkin bags, and some of those things. So when you see the behavior, and like we were talking earlier, and you have told me about the segmentation, that multiple segments, that hey, 20 to 30, 30 to 35, maybe 35 to 40, or 45, and 45 to 50. Maybe women hitting menopause, and post that their spending pattern and some of those things. uh, which age group and how you see that they are spending their wealth, whether they are spending on experiences, or they are spending on a sort of buying something very very premium, which is like no, they can just carry into their hand, or maybe objects which they want to carry.
So it's a mix of both. getting those expensive things and having those experiences. So different people have different aspirations. There is a section in the society which will be about, I want to buy this iPhone because it signals me as a person of high status, high social status, right? So I want to buy item one, two, three, four. Okay. And having this materialistic angle, having these elements to my personality,
Sure.
will signal me as a high value individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there is another section of society which is more about, okay, I want a phone because I want to be connected to my family and friends. That's it. What the major purpose of a phone is, just to connect with my known ones.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
what gives me kick in life is, can I see that sunrise in the month of May from the top of the hill? That is my kick to life. So here it depends upon what is individual's aspiration to be, right? Now it also depends highly upon what amount of wealth do they want to delegate for one particular purpose.
Sure.
Be, be it buying an activity or be it buying a product or something, right? So what is that figure in their mind that they are like, okay, I'm going to work for these many days, and then at the end of the third month of the year, this is what I plan to do for myself.
Yeah.
So that is what, as a personality, do they think about themselves? And depending upon that, it will frame their decision making. It also depends upon what part of society and age group do a consumer falls in. Like if you are in a society where there are, uh, you know you have to be part of those social functions,
Sure.
then maybe the products count a lot, because you have to send out that signal, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And but if you are a young individual just graduating from a college, then you might not think about those things. Now, if this same individual, as they grow, as the age grows, and they come in that age category of, let's say, 35 to 45, now they are a part of well-groomed corporate world where they have meetings and cross-cultural negotiations happening. They are traveling across the globe. Then they might need some products which also suit their lifestyle, helps them do the work easily. If they're so depending upon what their requirement is, if they're frequent travelers, then they want something very light. In terms of product, they don't want heavy, clumsy products.
Yeah.
So yeah, it lot depends upon what is their requirement.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. So, like you are saying that if someone is surrounded by a place or a family or a situation where they are lot of time going to get exposed to the community, get exposed to these parties, then those signaling becomes very important, and then they spend a lot of money and time on buying or acquiring things. But when someone is just passing out from the college, or maybe in an ecosystem where the social signaling is not a part of that culture, and he or she is not surrounded by some of those situations, then probably they would like to spend on experiences and some of those things. Is that right?
Correct. So
Yeah.
it depends upon, so it's a different requirement of that age group, right?
Sure.
So their requirement is, I went to some exotic place, they want to post that pictures over there. So
Oh,
it is the same thing,
their
it is the
aspect.
same signaling game,
Sure.
but the products are different
Yeah.
because the
Amazing.
requirement is different. Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of age group you teach currently in your college?
So it's mostly 18 to 25.
18 to 25. Okay.
Yeah.
While teaching, do you have any intention to mold their behavior where you feel that, okay, this is not right, or you just accept the way the behavior comes?
Uh,
If you see
so
certain behavior which you think is not probably correct, or you see some long-term detriment in that particular behavior and the way it is evolving among those students or those 25-year-old or like getting into corporate, you when you discuss what is the basic thing or basic assumption or basic DNA you keep in your mind while communicating to them, that do I need to change the behavior or mold the behavior, or I should accept it as it is?
so broadly, it is about, okay, let me put it this way. See, I have knowledge to offer,
Sure.
but as a faculty, like it is important for me to understand what is the requirement of my audience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As a PhD in the same subject, if I tell them, if I'm teaching them personality as a topic,
Sure.
I cannot just go there and teach them all the research papers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So I first understand what is it that they need.
Sure.
So what are the basic things they need? They want to clear the exam. They don't want to fall short of attendance. They also want to have a basic foundational understanding of what is the topic going around.
Sure.
And the fourth thing I make sure is how is this topic of academia as a personality?
Yeah.
Understanding this topic, how will it help them in future when they go out and work?
Yeah, that's
These are
what
the
I
four.
was talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
The leader half.
Correct.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So these are the major key points I have in mind,
Sure.
right?
Mm.
What I do is I kind of get to their comfort zone, first of all,
Mm.
and then make them try and understand what is the topic about
Sure.
and where's the link between academia and industry
Okay.
happening.
Okay.
So for that, we get some real life examples, as in how what is personality,
Sure.
what consumer personality is about,
Mm-hmm.
what sort of how companies are focusing on certain kind of personalities to promote their products in the marketplace,
Mm-hmm.
how these marketing communications happen. So let's say if somebody is more about you know thrill and adventure, so how a soft drink company is using that emotion of thrill and adventure in their marketing communications to get that consumer to them.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Mountain Dew is one example of marketing communications, which we take, right? So
Yeah.
that company has taken that entire emotion of mountain biking, jumping from one building to another, to promote their products,
डर
right?
के आगे जीत है. That's how they explain.
Correct,
Yeah. Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
And how those slogans are formed, the catchy slogans, and
Yeah.
then they become like the mass marketing communication campaigns.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
This is broadly what we do.
Yeah. So truly influencing that particular behavior, they just design some of these cons around that, right? Yeah.
Correct, correct.
Very nice talking to you, Sarita, and we'll connect back again soon. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.